If you've enjoyed my content and would like to see more of it, I'd appreciate it if you could hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you continue to enjoy my videos.
In the heart of Bosnia and Herzegovina, nestled among rolling green hills and sleepy valleys, lies a mystery as old as the stones themselves. This is a land steeped in history, a place where empires have risen and fallen, leaving behind echoes in the landscape. But some stories are much older, whispered on the wind that sweeps across the slopes of Mount Visočica. For generations, locals have spoken of a strange and powerful place hidden in the dense forests. A circle of stones that hums with an energy that predates any known civilization. They call it Krug Kamenja, the Circle of Stones. It's a site largely forgotten by the modern world, yet one that refuses to be completely erased. A silent monument to a past so distant we lack the words to describe it. This isn't your typical tourist destination. There are no signposts, no gift shops, no clear paths leading you to its doorstep. To find it, you must venture off the beaten track into the deep woods near the town of Visočica. The journey itself feels like a passage back in time, with each step taking you further from the familiar and deeper into a world of ancient legend. The air grows still. The sounds of the modern world fade away, replaced by the rustling of leaves and the feeling that you are being watched by something ancient and unseen. It is here, in this isolated clearing, that you find it. A perfect circle of massive weathered stones standing sentinel over secrets they have guarded for millennia. The first impression is one of profound age and deliberate design. These are not just random rocks scattered by nature. They were placed here with purpose, arranged in a precise circular formation that speaks of sophisticated knowledge and a deep connection to the cosmos. The stones themselves are immense, some weighing several tons, their surfaces scarred by time and weather. They feel cold to the touch, yet locals claim they radiate a strange warmth on certain nights. Walking among them, you can't help but feel a sense of reverence and a touch of unease. It's a place that commands respect. A sacred space that feels both powerful and profoundly mysterious. For centuries, the Circle of Stones was little more than a local legend, a place parents warned their children about. It was said to be a site of strange energies, a place where the veil between worlds is thin. Some believed it was a gateway, a portal used by ancient beings to travel across space and time. Others saw it as a place of immense power, a focal point for the Earth's natural energies, harnessed by a long-lost civilization for purposes we can only guess at. These stories, passed down through generations, kept most people away, preserving the circle in a shroud of mystery and fear, a forgotten relic hiding in plain sight. The modern world only began to take notice of Krug Kamenja in the 1950s. During this period, a team of Yugoslav archaeologists, surveying the Visočica region for medieval ruins, stumbled upon the clearing. What they found baffled them. It was clearly an artificial structure, a megalithic site that didn't fit into any known historical timeline for the area.
Their initial reports described a carefully constructed circle of 8 large upright stones with several smaller, flatter stones positioned around them. The circle measured approximately 24 meters in diameter, a significant size that suggested it was once a place of great importance for a large community. This discovery was an anomaly, a puzzle that didn't fit the historical picture.
The archaeologists documented the site as best they could with the tools of their time. They noted the composition of the stones, a type of sandstone conglomerate not naturally found in the immediate vicinity, meaning they had to have been transported from miles away. This feat alone would have required incredible effort and organization, pointing to a sophisticated society. They sketched the layout, measured the distances between the stones, and noted their orientation. It appeared the circle was aligned with certain celestial events, possibly the solstices or equinoxes, much like other ancient megalithic sites found throughout Europe. But without any organic material to date, its true age remained a complete mystery.
The physical features of the stones themselves were just as intriguing. Each one was unique, weathered into strange shapes by the passage of countless seasons. Some were tall and slender, like jagged fingers pointing to the sky. Others were broad and squat, like ancient guardians watching over the clearing. The surfaces were covered in a thick layer of moss and lichen, obscuring many of the finer details but adding to the sense of immense antiquity. The archaeologists reported that the stones seemed to be partially buried, suggesting that what we see today might only be the tips of much larger monoliths extending deep into the earth, anchoring them against the ravages of time.
Despite the initial excitement, official research into Krug Kamenja never truly took off. The discovery was logged, the reports were filed, and then, for decades, the site was largely ignored by mainstream academia. Political turmoil in the region during the late 20th century pushed archaeological curiosities to the back burner. Eventually, authorities fenced off the area, not for preservation, but seemingly to discourage visitors. This lack of follow-up investigation only deepened the mystery. Was it just a lack of funding and interest, or was there another reason to keep people away? The Forgotten Circle once again faded from the official record, returning to the realm of local legend. What truly sets the Circle of Stones apart are the enigmatic carvings found on some of its monoliths. These are not simple decorations. Faintly etched into the weathered surfaces are symbols and patterns that defy easy explanation. One of the most prominent stones bears a series of concentric circles, a symbol found in ancient cultures worldwide, often representing eternity, the cosmos, or a source of energy. Another stone features a complex spiral pattern, reminiscent of celestial galaxies or the vortex of a whirlpool. These carvings are heavily eroded, suggesting they were made in the distant past, but their deliberate nature is unmistakable. They are messages from a lost world, a language we no longer understand.
The presence of these symbols has led some researchers to propose a radical theory about the site's age. While mainstream archaeology often dates European megalithic sites to the Neolithic period, around 4,000 to 5,000 years ago, some believe Krug Kamenja could be far older. The style of the carvings and the extreme weathering of the stones have prompted comparisons to other controversial ancient sites. Could this circle predate not only Stonehenge, but even the Great Pyramids of Egypt? The idea is staggering, suggesting the existence of a highly advanced, unknown civilization that thrived in Europe during the last ice age, a culture completely erased from our history books.
Imagine the people who carved these symbols. They lived in a world we can barely conceive of, a world of giant beasts and dramatic climate shifts. Yet, they possessed the knowledge and skill to quarry massive stones, transport them across difficult terrain, and arrange them in a precise astronomical alignment. They carved messages into these rocks, perhaps as a record of their knowledge, a warning for future generations, or a way to interact with the powerful energies they believed resided in this place. The carvings might be a map, a celestial chart, or a key to unlocking the site's true purpose. Without a Rosetta Stone for this forgotten language, we are left only to speculate. This idea of immense age connects Krug Kamenja to the larger mystery of the Visočica Valley, the Bosnian pyramids. Just a few miles away, several hills, including Mount Visočica, have been proposed by some researchers to be artificial pyramids, far older and larger than those in Egypt. Proponents of this theory believe the stone circle was part of this vast pyramidal complex, perhaps serving as an energy generator, an astronomical observatory, or a ritual site connected to the main structures. Whether you believe in the pyramids or not, the circle's existence adds another layer of profound mystery to a region already brimming with ancient secrets.
The theories about what Krug Kamenja was actually used for are as fascinating as the site itself. The most conservative hypothesis suggests it was a ceremonial center for a prehistoric tribe, a place for rituals tied to the changing seasons and the movements of the sun and moon.
This would place it in the same category as Stonehenge in England or, the Karnak stones in France, sites built by our ancestors to connect with the cosmos and the cycles of nature.
The astronomical alignment seemed to support this idea, suggesting it was a giant calendar, helping an agricultural society know when to plant and when to harvest. It was a sacred space where the community gathered to mark the passage of time.
But there's also a more provocative theory that links the circle to the controversial Bosnian pyramids.
Dr. Semir Osmanagic, the primary investigator of the pyramids, believes the circle is an integral part of a much larger energy machine. He claims that instruments have detected unusual electromagnetic fields and ultrasound frequencies emanating from the circle, suggesting it was designed to harness and amplify natural Earth energies.
So in this view, the circle wasn't just for ceremony, it was a piece of ancient technology. It may have served as a power source, a healing center, or even a communication device, interacting with the alleged energy beams coming from the apex of the nearby Pyramid of the Sun.
Beyond ancient technology, we enter the realm of the truly strange. Local legends have long whispered that the circle is a gateway, or a portal. This idea isn't unique. Many ancient sites around the world are associated with tales of passages to other realms.
At Krug Kamenja, these stories are fueled by modern reports of bizarre phenomena. Visitors have described feeling sudden dizziness, experiencing moments of lost time, or hearing disembodied voices whispering in the wind.
Compasses are said to spin wildly near certain stones, and electronic devices like cameras and phones have been known to malfunction or drain their batteries instantly, suggesting a powerful magnetic or energy anomaly at play.
Perhaps the most unsettling theory is that the circle isn't a portal, but a seal. What if its builders weren't trying to open a door but to lock one?
This idea suggests the circle was constructed to contain something, a powerful energy, a dangerous entity, or a force that ancient people feared. The stones, with their specific placement and symbolic carvings, might act as a celestial lock, a containment field designed to keep something in, not let something out.
If this is true, then the site isn't an invitation to explore. It's a warning. The decay of the stones and the fading of the symbols could mean that whatever it holds is slowly breaking free.
In recent years, as stories of the stone circle have spread online, more adventurers and paranormal investigators have made the trek into the Bosnian woods. Their accounts have only added to the site's mystique.
Many report a tangible and unnerving atmosphere in the clearing. One group of explorers documented a sudden, inexplicable drop in temperature inside the circle even on a warm summer day.
Another visitor, a skeptic who came to debunk the legends, left convinced after his audio recorder captured what sounded like a low guttural chant, even though he was completely alone.
These modern encounters echo the old legends, suggesting the strange energy of the place is as active today as it ever was.
One particularly chilling story comes from a hiker who got lost in the woods at dusk and stumbled upon the circle by accident. As darkness fell, he claimed the stones began to emit a faint pulsing blue light. Terrified, he hid and watched as shadowy, indistinct figures seemed to move between the monoliths before vanishing into thin air.
He fled the forest and refuses to go back, certain that he witnessed something not of this world.
While such stories are impossible to verify, they form a consistent pattern of high strangeness, reported by independent witnesses over many years, pointing to a genuine and recurring phenomenon at the site. The official silence surrounding Krug Kamenja is in itself part of the mystery. Why has such a potentially significant megalithic site received so little academic attention? Why was it fenced off and left to be reclaimed by the forest?
Some believe it's a deliberate suppression of history, an attempt to hide a discovery that would shatter our understanding of the ancient world.
If the circle is truly tens of thousands of years old, or if it exhibits properties that science cannot explain, perhaps it's easier for the establishment to simply pretend it doesn't exist.
The mystery becomes a conspiracy of silence, leaving the truth buried under layers of academic neglect and local superstition. So, what is the truth of Krug Kamenja? Is it a simple Bronze Age calendar? A piece of a lost energy technology? A portal to another dimension? Or a lock holding back an ancient darkness?
The stones aren't talking, at least not in a language we can comprehend. They stand as they have for untold eons, silent guardians of a profound secret.
Perhaps the spiral carvings are not just a map of the stars, but a warning that some doors are best left unopened and some secrets are best left buried.
As we continue to probe the mysteries of